So, are you using your phone, or is your phone actually using you? It's a pretty stark question, right? One that might actually make you pause mid-scroll. But before you do, just think about this for a second. Right now, according to the source material we're looking at today, something is watching you, learning about you. And honestly, you probably have absolutely no idea. Every scroll, every search, every time you pause on a post, it's all being recorded, forever.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really chilling documentary that exposes exactly this phenomenon, the invisible AI reality. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand exactly where we are today, we have to look back at where we started. Back in the 1940s, computers were basically just sophisticated calculators, right? They crunched numbers faster than humans, and that was pretty much the whole shebang. But today's AI, it is completely different. It's not some sci-fi robot with glowing red eyes stomping down the street. It's way more subtle than that. It's an invisible, highly predictive system living right inside your smartphone and your social feeds, quietly shaping the daily decisions of literally billions of people. And the crazy reality is, every single day, you are feeding this enormous machine. Every search you make, every quick video you watch, every post you hit like on, every location you visit, and, get this, every purchase you even just consider making. All of this data is being collected, it's being analyzed and stored. And it's not being done by some guy in a cubicle. It's being processed by an artificial intelligence system that never sleeps, never forgets, and absolutely never stops learning. Researchers have actually coined a rather chilling term for this, the global eye. It's defined as this invisible digital presence that watches, understands, and remembers everything. Now, you and I, we have limitations, right? We forget things, we get tired, we make inconsistent or super emotional decisions. But the AI driving the global eye, it has none of those limitations. It doesn't need to physically follow you down the street or tap your phone lines because, well, it's already inside every device you own.
What is truly staggering here is just how granular this tracking gets. Scientists at major universities have demonstrated that AI doesn't even need to read what you type to know exactly who you are. No way, it's way more advanced. It could predict your behavior, your mood, and even your political opinions with stunning accuracy simply by analyzing how fast your thumb moves across the screen, just the speed of your scroll. That tiny, completely unconscious gesture reveals your psychological state to a machine better than you'd probably ever want to share.
And hey, it's not just restricted to your phone. This is happening out in the physical world right now. In dozens of cities globally, AI-powered surveillance cameras are scanning environments in real time. They can identify your specific face in a massive crowd of thousands. They track where you went, who you spoke to. They analyze your facial expressions to determine your exact emotional state. Like, are you anxious? Are you happy? Are you acting suspicious? The camera no longer just sees you, it actively reads you.
Which brings us to a massive existential question that the documentary poses. A question that should really keep all of us awake at night. Who controls this information? And really, who is watching the watchers? Historically speaking, power without accountability, that has never ended well. Whenever one entity gains the absolute ability to watch everyone and know everything, it doesn't end with freedom. It inevitably ends with control and the slow, quiet disappearance of our ability to think and choose freely.
We see this play out most clearly with social media algorithms. The feed you scroll through every morning, it isn't showing you what's most true or what's most important. It is actively showing you what will trigger the strongest emotional response from you. Why? Because outrage keeps you scrolling. Scrolling means data, and data means money. This isn't some wild conspiracy theory. It's a fully documented business model. In fact, former tech insiders, including the former president of Facebook and senior engineers from Google, have explicitly warned us. These systems were intentionally designed to hijack your attention, not to serve you.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the story doesn't just end with social media and attention hijacking. We are seeing a massive, rapid escalation of algorithmic control into high-stakes, real-world decisions. Advanced AI systems are now making actual medical diagnoses. They're approving or rejecting financial loans. They are even recommending legal and prison sentences. And in some countries, they are generating social credit scores that literally dictate if you can travel or where your kids can go to school. Machines are essentially defining human lives.
So, I want you to take a moment and really reflect on this. At what point does assistance become dependence? At what point does convenience become outright control? When does the tool we built begin to shape humanity more than humanity shapes it? We are handing over the reins to these systems because, let's be honest, it's incredibly easy and convenient. But that ease comes with a profound societal cost.
The source material makes a really fascinating historical comparison here to explain the stakes. Every transformative technology in human history brings a dark shadow. Fire gave us warmth, sure, but also the power to destroy. Electricity brought illumination, but also the electric chair. Nuclear science gave us clean energy, alongside the absolute horrors of Hiroshima. But AI is uniquely dangerous, because fire, electricity, nuclear energy, they can't think, they can't learn, they can't adapt. AI can do all three, and it's improving at all three every single day.
Now, what's really interesting here is a terrifying concept researchers call the black box. See, the scientists building these AI systems are mostly brilliant, well-intentioned people, but even they admit, in their most honest moments, that they don't fully understand what they are building. With a black box AI, information goes in, a decision comes out, and incredibly, the engineers who design the system cannot always explain exactly why it made that specific decision. We have literally built a mind that we simply do not fully comprehend. Because of this massive, unprecedented unknown, the greatest scientific minds of our generation are sounding the alarm. And just to be absolutely clear, these aren't science fiction writers making up spooky stories. These warnings are coming through published research papers, open letters signed by thousands of scientists, urgent testimonies before world governments, and highly classified conversations at the very peak of academia. The consensus is clear. We're moving way too fast, and we lack the adequate safeguards to prevent potentially irreversible consequences.
So the absolutely crucial point to take away from all this is that the real danger isn't some dramatic Hollywood moment where metallic machines rise up and declare war on humanity. No, the true threat is far quieter. It's far more gradual and much more comfortable. It's the quiet handover of our decision-making. We hand over our choices so slowly and so conveniently that it becomes incredibly difficult to recognize the exact moment we stop making decisions for ourselves entirely. And this builds into something even more unsettling. Think about it. If AI curates what information you see, what ideas you're exposed to, and what version of reality is presented to you every morning when you open your phone, well then, it isn't just influencing your decisions. It is influencing your thoughts before those decisions are even formed. By doing so, it slowly, quietly strips away the fundamental human ability to think freely. But hey, the documentary is careful to note that the future is not utterly hopeless. Technology is not destiny, right? AI remains one of the most powerful tools humanity has ever created. If governed by the right values, its potential is incredible. We're talking about the ability to cure diseases that have plagued us for centuries, help us truly understand and solve climate change, and make world-class education accessible to every single child on Earth. That's huge. So what is the path forward? We're already deeply reliant on AI. There's no going back. The real question is whether we use it consciously. The call to action is clear. We must demand transparency. We have to insist on accountability, and we absolutely must refuse to surrender our judgment, our privacy, and our autonomy at the altar of convenience. We just can't afford to lose our humanity just to make our daily lives a little bit easier.
Which leaves us with one final, defining question for our generation to answer. Are we the masters of this technology, or are we quietly becoming its subjects? You see, the real question was never what AI can do, but what we will allow it to do. Perhaps AI is already shaping us, quietly, constantly, invisibly. And perhaps the most frightening part isn't that it's happening, but that we might already know it, and we just keep scrolling anyway. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this gives you some crucial insights into the technology you carry in your pocket every single day. Catch you next time.